Alright guys, now for problem number 2 of this pedigree analysis. Okay, so first let's remind everybody, okay, in case this is the first time you're watching this video, that the widow's peak is a dominant trait. So make sure you understand that. So widow's peak is a dominant trait, alright? Okay, and smooth hairline is a recessive trait. So that's why here I have smooth hairline represented by a small w, a lowercase w, and I have widow's peak represented with a capital W because this is a dominant trait, so therefore dominant genes give you this trait. Alright, and finally also remember the very fine print here. Black circles and squares represent individuals that do not have a widow's peak. So this guy here and Julie and Ben do not have a widow's peak. So what does that mean? That means that we know their genotypes for sure. We know that they have 2 recessive genes because that's the only way you can not have a widow's peak, okay? Alright, so keep that in mind. And then also over here, whoops, okay, there you go, so there it is, okay, here and here. So we know Julie and Ben are homozygous recessive because they do not have a widow's peak. Now, in this particular problem, now let's think about Lisa. Now we know the kids tell us everything we need to know about the parents. So in this case, Lisa, okay, had to give, okay, one of these genes, okay, Julie had to get one of these genes. Let me say that better. Julie had to get one of her genes, okay, from mom. Alright, so this W came from mom. Alright, so we know Lisa has to have a recessive gene. But we also know because she's a white circle, she has the dominant trait, so therefore she has to be heterozygous. Okay, that would be the only scenario, okay, in which that would give us the possible outcome, right? Because if she was homozygous dominant, this was a big W, then this would never be a possibility, right? Now, because Ben is homozygous recessive, we know that he has to pass one of his genes to his kids, right? Only one. Right? So we know Rose and Blanca have a recessive copy because of dad. But we need, okay, one more, right? There's one missing, right? So what is it going to be? Well, Lisa can give a big W or a little w. Which one is she going to pass on? Well, she passed on the dominant gene because remember, this is a white circle, which means they have a widow's peak. Okay, same thing here. Alright, so in this scenario, because Ben, okay, was homozygous recessive, right, we know that one gene has to go from Ben to the kids, right, and he only has a little W to give, right, okay, and because we also know that all the white circles, okay, look like this, okay, they have a widow's peak, then that means that the other gene has to be a dominant gene, alright.